I'm crashing the show.
I know you're here. Thank you. You're stepping in for Jimmy, who is out this week, right?
And I brought in my old school Teams Room shirt, only 3 buttons. This ended up not being a good long-term investment unless you're really into
vintage t-shirts.
Vintage. Yes, this is like a 2-year-old shirt now, and it's vintage already.
It's awesome. Love it. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. We've got quite a few updates. I know you've been a world traveler, so I appreciate you joining me bright and early on a Friday morning, but let's go ahead and dive right into it. Big news of the week, and I know you've got a show right after this. It's going to basically, this is the topic of the next hour for you and Martin Bohm, but Martin usually releases a really nice PowerPoint deck that recaps this in great detail, but we had a big what's new in Microsoft Teams this week that recaps everything that came out in April. So any big exciting news that's your favorites on there, Michael?
I think the big one is that Teams Rooms now uses the Teams 2.0 client as opposed to Teams 1.0, or new Teams is now the core of Teams Rooms, and the blog article implies that, or it doesn't imply, it straight up says that it should run 50% less memory and up to twice as fast. And who doesn't like less memory and more speed? So
we all like that.
So I like that one.
I'm a big fan of the Hudley on there. I totally missed that. I don't know if that just happened at the end of the month, but I think a lot of people are talking about multi-camera, and that's the first I've seen Hudley on the map for that. So that's a big one. And there's a whole lot of other things in there that we can pack in. And I think a couple of these we're going to touch on in a little bit more detail throughout the show. So,
and then Teams Fridays coming up in 13 minutes.
All right.
And I will go in depth through this and a little bit of Copilot as well.
Sounds good. All right. So you love this topic.
Oh, I'm so desperate for this feature. Every week, I just go into the RSVP option in my when people send me meeting invites and hit the actually hit the pull down for the other options, and follow is not there. I travel so much for work. I was in Cape Canaveral, Florida, and Minneapolis this week, so I miss a lot of meetings. And I would love to be able to have Copilot join the meeting on my behalf and send me the meeting recap. So this is coming. So instead of saying, yes, I will be at the meeting, or no, I won't be at the meeting, or tentative, I can't make up my mind, this one says, I won't be at the meeting, but I'm going to send my little Copilot buddy over to watch the meeting for me and send me a recap when the meeting's over. So this is awesome. What I do now is, hopefully if people do a transcript, I then run over to the meeting transcript and ask Copilot manually to summarize the meeting, and this will do it automatically for me.
Awesome. All you got to do is follow. And actually, for anybody that's listening, that is GA in June. So believe it or not, we're in May. We're actually very close to May the 4th be with you, Michael. I don't know if you got any plans for Saturday, but
I am working a beer garden tomorrow evening.
Well, that's fun too. Works. All right. So cool. One of the big things that you and I talk about a lot, and if we're in the field and we're selling and we're working with partners, demo is a very critical piece to selling. And so if you're a partner out there looking to outfit a showroom, check out this video, just launched this week. It was actually recorded at ISE. You'll see our PTS crew there. We've got Jimmy, Michelle, and Higgsy talking with Logitech on how to outfit a signature space. And they do actually have an offer in there on potentially getting a discount on product to do that. So if you want to reach out to Logitech, the email is there. And very cool. I know, Jabra, you've got a program as well. Lots of our OEMs are supportive of building out showrooms. So why not make that a summer project? If you're planning out the next couple of months, plan a room to go ahead and upgrade and make it signature.
I like how Michelle does a lot of videos, and he is front and center, well placed, and Higgsy and Jimmy just kind of get cut in half. It's like, okay, did he put this slide together? Did he pick?
I did, and you know what's funny, because I've got another one coming up, and I did a purposeful screenshot of him like in an awkward face.
Okay, good. This is like what is it? How I Met Your Mother, where Barney never had a bad picture taken of him ever.
So yeah, there you go. No, since he's not here this week and Jimmy's not here this week, I'm taking the liberty to screenshot them in awkward faces.
There we go.
So enjoy.
There
you go. So yeah, Michelle is not here this week. He's on a well-deserved vacation. So we do have a couple of videos with him featured. This was another really good one on a topic that we've talked about previously. But if you're interested in setting up remote access, remember that this requires a Teams Rooms Pro license and also requires the device to be Teams Rooms on Windows. But he walks you through step by step. It's about a 5-minute long video on how to enable that. So if you are interested, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, and this is a huge feature. A lot of organizations don't want to turn on RDP or use some or whatever. Just trying to remote to your Teams rooms on Windows to do some regular maintenance can be challenging. So this simplifies it. I haven't seen the video yet. I will be doing that very shortly and playing around if I ever have time at home.
Yeah. Doing a lot of following. You don't have time to do that. So
Yep.
we do have a nice update, right? So why don't we go to the Copilot tip of the week?
Yep. So here comes Michelle. You know what the show needs? More Michelle.
Yeah.
What's going on, and welcome to a new episode of Copilot Prompt of the Week. What I'm going to show you this week is how you as a salesperson can leverage Copilot to get information about your customers. Now we're going to use Microsoft in this example. Let's jump straight into the prompt. Provide information about Microsoft's general reputation, include factors that contribute to their standing within the industry, and additionally discuss their financial stability, recent financial results, and any notable initiatives they've undertaken recently. Include information about customer relationship management strategies, market research techniques, or similar topics aimed at the understanding and serving customers more effectively. Now, the information that you get from this prompt is amazing if you're a salesperson wanting to prepare your pitch to that customer. That's the Copilot prompt of the week. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week.
Yeah, we know we're going to see Michelle again next week, at least on 5 more slides.
I know, right? Well, he's out, I think, next week too. So we might not, it might be you and me next week as well. I think Jimmy and Michelle are either on vacation or at events. So it's the
I know Jimmy's finally taking a well-deserved rest. I'm thinking the weekend of July 4th. I'm going to take a super long weekend.
There you go.
Right. for the transparency. Copilot's all the thing. So Microsoft's annual report on their AI transparency, as I was telling Mehryn before the show, none of us ever cared about this until this year. So none of us really cared much about Microsoft AI. Now we all care. So
yes,
you've looked through this, haven't you?
Yeah, I looked through it. This actually was published on the 1st, so Wednesday of this week. The blog is there for you, but the inaugural report is a great link, and we'll share these links post-show as we always do. It is about 35 pages, so very, very comprehensive, but really, I would say an easy read. Like, you're not just reading text throughout. There's a lot of different examples of best practices, case studies, and pages of resources and pages to access. So highly recommend. If you have the time, this is certainly something you want to be well-versed on. This conversation comes up day in, day out, and you really want to be up to speed on security around AI. All right, so let's get to the next topic. We do have a lot of people in my feed as of this week. If you're like me, we're kind of on the downside. We still do see some of the technical and sales badges. So if you're still doing that, make sure you share and post. But I'm seeing a lot of this new Logitech badge this week.
Yeah, to be clear, those are the Microsoft ones. Logitech's rolling out their own.
Yes. So this is a Logitech one. It's on Credly's site. Credly is another site that's got a lot of badges on it. I think this was just released recently. The criteria is you've got to attend these design courses with Logitech. So just hot tip, keep an eye out for those Logitech courses if you're interested in getting that new room design badge. But congrats to Logitech. We love good education in the channel, so very much appreciate that. Now we're on to roadmap.
Roadmap, I missed the video. We used to play a video for the roadmap, and now we're like, forget it. Let's keep moving.
And we did. Take it away.
Yeah, this was announced in the, I don't know, maybe Ignite blog, that Microsoft is going to take that intelligent speaker feature and move it to all devices, so not just certified intelligent speakers. So what that does is, and this is a huge, huge thing with Copilot, is when the meeting summary happens, the meeting summary doesn't know who was in the conference room. It knows all of us remote workers, but the people actually in the conference room, it won't know who said what. And when somebody says like, hey, I'll bring the donuts next meeting, and the donuts don't show up, you want to check that transcript and see who exactly in the conference room said they're going to bring donuts and did not bring the jelly donuts. So this will then,
thank you.
See, this will then map the people's voice to their name. So then the transcript knows Michael Tressler said he will bring the donuts. So when I don't bring the donuts, which will not happen, but hypothetically in some multiverse alternate reality, if Michael does not show it up, then go look in the transcript. It literally said Michael Tressler will bring the donuts. So cool feature. Look for it coming in June.
June. So lots of good stuff coming up. The next 3 are things that you've probably seen before, just updated timelines. So bookable desks, you might have heard this is coming to the Pro portal. It is on the roadmap for June 2024, where you can, IT admins can go and discover those devices and spaces and use Pro Portal to help manage them, which is exciting.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more info and training on this, as there's a lot to know on this one. It's not that it's hard. It's not a Teams Rooms device where you walk up and click join.
No, it's a whole new category, but it's one that's an opportunity, I would say, for a lot of our partners out there that are not touching bookable desks. It's, to your point, a great area to explore. All right, the next one is ultrasound proximity join. I think we have talked about this before. Anything to touch on here, Michael?
Just for people who don't know what it is, right now proximity join works over Bluetooth. It works really well, maybe too well, because the Bluetooth signal can penetrate walls. So you might see, you might be in a conference room and see 2 or 3 different MTRs to connect to. You're not sure which one to connect to. So ultrasound is at a super high frequency above most humans' hearing range, and it doesn't penetrate walls. So now you should have a more specific, like, oh, it's this one is the only one that you will see. So that and maybe some other things will be coming, leveraging ultrasound.
Awesome. Very exciting. And then I think last but not least is join Zoom meetings with an ID and passcode, Teams Rooms on Android. I think we've talked about this one before. The update is it is on the roadmap for July of 2024 for GA. So if you, depending on what ring you are in, you'll likely see that in the July timeframe. And that's been a big ask from our Android users. So really excited to see that there. All right, so let's get on to events upcoming. Do we want to do any video? I think we're late, so let's just keep.
I don't think we have the video. I don't think we have the videos anymore. I think when Jimmy and whoever redid the show for the new year, they deleted the videos, which is okay.
That's all right. We need the time.
It can't be a Teams Friday without seeing Jimmy. So there he is. He's doing a thing. I saw it on LinkedIn. There's a little video like to catch your eye as you scroll through LinkedIn feed. And Jimmy's head is like a Pop-Tart that's done with the toaster.
A little creepy, but it's all good. It's definitely caught our attention. It's a deep dive, and this is for consultants. And so we have not done a lot in the past for our consultant community, and Avixa is helping us address that. So if you are a consultant and you're interested, go ahead and check that out. Excited to bring that to that audience. If you're attending UC Expo, make sure you check out this opportunity with our lovely team here, Martin Bohm and Tom Arbonat, always behind the scenes helping this show do what it does. So if you're checking out UC Expo, that is a do not want to miss. And Michael, are you going to the boot camp? It sounds like you might be.
There's a extremely high probability I'm going to the boot camp in Redmond, so I will be in person. Right. This is an online and in-person event for Microsoft Partner Technical Bootcamp. You probably know more about this than I do, but this also leads to badges, right? So Microsoft released the sales, Teams Rooms sales badge earlier this year. The technical badge for 2024 isn't out yet, but it should be shortly after this bootcamp.
Yep, and it's all inclusive of not only Teams Rooms, but we're going to be talking about Teams Phone and Copilot there as well. So the badge, you'll have an opportunity to get a Converge Communications badge post that. So stay tuned for more details there. And last but not least, this is your stuff right after this, right?
Yes, in a minute and a half. We're going long. Just visit youtube.com, Teams Rooms Tech Talk. Martin Bohm creates a deck every month called What's New in Calling Meeting and Devices and What's New in Copilot. So if you have not had time to read the blogs and figure them out, we're going to talk about what was in them in a minute. Visit the YouTube link or find me on LinkedIn.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me today, Michael. We went a little bit long, but that's just a tee up to your show. So just click end here and join Michael's right after this. And hope you all had a wonderful week. And thank you very much. Happy Friday, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. You make it all worthwhile. You make me feel